Anthony Edwards in trouble. Apparently, a young lady has said she was pregnant. While she was pregnant, Anthony Edwards offered her some money so she'd have an abortion. Yeah, so I'm not sure where the punchline is, but it's supposed to be somewhere in there. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, Anthony Edwards, it's like a big thing going on, and he decided that he was going to have relations with a OnlyFans model, and upon her being pregnant, he decided to pay her for an abortion, and people are angry. Okay. Now, I just want to be clear about this. I do not understand personally where the anger is coming from, because if I do recall, right, just because I recall, we are supposed to be pro-abortion, right? So are we shaming the man for wanting the woman to have an abortion and paying her when it is still her body, her choice? She could have chose just to have the child. I just want to be clear on this before we actually get too much further into this, because a lot of this just sounds like people want to have it both ways. Like, you want to be, just so we can be clear, an OnlyFans model, and you also want a man to want you to have their child. I don't understand how you think you should have it both ways, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to laugh at this. I'm just saying what it is. You just seems like you want it to be both ways. That doesn't seem like that going a different way other than that way people should find a problem with. It's not like people are like, I don't know why more of these OnlyFans models ain't getting wifed up. I don't think anybody is saying that. I believe there is a saying about making certain types of women housewives. Now, with that being said, Anthony Edwards, after this information is disclosed, she decided she wanted to tell the world. She also didn't have to take the $100,000 that he gave her. I just want to be clear on this. She didn't have to accept it. She could have just been like, you know what? Keep your monies. I want this baby. She could have said that. She chose, just so we could be clear, to take the money and abort the child. So basically what he said was, I need evidence and proof before I pay you, because this isn't going to be one of those situations where I give you the $100K and you just run off on me. So you get the procedure, make sure that it's filmed, or, so there can be proof, evidence, and I'm going to give you $100K. Just so we could be clear, this is an OnlyFans model. I'm not saying that to be derogatory towards her. I'm saying that this is a woman who gets on camera and flashes her nudie parts for the pleasure of whoever wants to watch. So asking her to have an abortion, I don't understand how this is. It's not like this is like the Princess of Wales, and you're like, look, baby, you got to get rid of it. It isn't like this is some hardworking mother who you've promised to marry, and you've been courting and promised to marry, and she's in love with you, and she's been working these hard jobs or whatever the hell she does. I don't even care if it's social media. But while she's doing this, she's also not taking all her clothes off and getting naked and showing her girly bits. So I just want to we got to make sure that there's a difference, and that we're not trying to say every single individual should be treated the same. Because if that is the same, if we're going to be on that particular position, then we have to treat all men the same also in these same spaces. So he posts, I make comments in the heat of a moment that are not me. And they're not aligned with what I believe and who I want to be as a man. All women should be supported and empowered to make their own decisions about their bodies and what is best for them. I'm handling my personal matters privately and will not be commenting on them any further at this time. So I want to be clear about something. Unless he literally twisted her arm and forced her to have the abortion, there is literally no reason for him to be apologizing. How many couples come to the decision of having abortions? As far as I can tell, or documented evidence, there are millions of black babies aborted, I think, like just in New York City. Yeah. And this is not funny, but like in general, I think it's like a national number. I hope it's not just New York City. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope it's I think it's a national number. So black women having abortions is not a new thing. In any regard, I want to know what you guys think about this. I think this is it's sideways. It doesn't make sense. Because if he wanted to have the baby and she went and decided to have the baby, we wouldn't be over here shaming her, saying, why didn't you allow that man to be your father? We wouldn't be doing that. We would be like, it's her body, her choice. And she could have took the choice of not, taking the money. She could have just said, I'm going to have the baby. Now, if you're wondering why she decided to come out with all of this, because I bet you would think by the narrative she came out with this because she's like, well, I wanted to have a baby. The baby was important to me. I'm regretting it now. No! She's coming out and saying this because Anthony Edwards' new girlfriend, Janine Roble, yeah, she just recently announced the pregnancy. So she's like, what? She's so mad. Also, the chick that Paige Jorday, that's her name. Like, imagine having a baby and like, I'm just gonna be quiet. Look, you got whatever name you want to have, baby girl. Women power, be independent, all of the things. I'm not trying to stop you from any of the things that you want to be. But at the same time, or should I say, and at the same time, we can't be upset when people hold us accountable for our characteristics and our actions. So when our actions say, hey, you know what? I enjoy getting naked in front of the cameras for the whole publics to see. And we might say, well, that woman might be good for one thing, but she's not good for another. And then you're going to say, well, why are you characterizing women like that? How would y'all feel if all men that decided they were not going to sleep with women that was loose decided to not sleep with women that was loose? Just think about that for a moment. And just so we can even be deeper and take this a next level, my father and mother were married. I am their fourth child. Now think about that for a moment. Exactly. So many people that wouldn't be here. You get it? You get it? I'd be here, apparently. I'd still be here. I'm very happy that the rest of y'all that are here is here also, just so we could be clear. I didn't mean it to be sounding as morbid as it possibly came out. But the clear point is this. When women go have an abortion, a man has to suck it up. She could have not taken the money and had the child. That was her choice. Let me know what y'all guys think about this video. And Anthony Edwards' situation just in general. Because at some point we have to say men have to be cared about also. Like, I get it, we're men, but we should also be cared about. What we want should matter. We're in this new world where what the average man want doesn't matter, because there's some guys that run the world that we have no connection to, shitting on us too. And since there's some guys that run the world that we have no connection to, that's shitting on us too, women say it's all men. So us down here in the real world, the lower levels, we being held accountable like we're part of the patriarchy. When in reality, right now, the way that the world is, America is construed, is constructed, the average man has less rights than the average woman. And we just gotta suck it up. Pause. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.